Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video right here, this Sunday afternoon on the crypto markets. I wanted to do a full update on today. We've had some news which I think is relevant. We've had some price action that I think is relevant for Bitcoin, but also for some other coins. And there's some momentum boiling up for altcoins, which I think you need to know about as well, right? So in general, there's a lot we need to talk about, so let's just get right into it in this video. Now, first of all, what I always try to do in these videos here on Sunday, if I'm able to make a video on Sunday, I mean, last Sunday, for example, I was away to family, but is to talk about next week, right? I mean, what do we need to look out for? And I think that's, in terms of economic data, there's not much. We have FOMC minutes on Wednesday. Does that really matter? Most likely not. Most likely not for the short term, because it's quite certain what the Federal Reserve thinks, and it's quite certain what they will think for the month of July, at least, depending on economic data coming out, but there's no major economic data coming out this week. Now, we are most likely going to get headlines, though, regarding tariffs and trade deals, and I've been talking about that almost every day for the last week. That matters, all right? So that is something I will try to keep you updated on. That is also why I think one of the reasons why we got a little bit of a bullish move right here, because we heard that the tariffs that will be in place after the deadline passes here in July will go into effect the 1st of August, right? So those are the tariffs to countries that have not made trade deals, or the tariffs just in general when they couldn't figure out a trade deal. So that's seen kind of by the market right now as postponing the tariffs, right? Because obviously, between the end of next week, or between the end of the deadline, so next week, and the 1st of August, those countries can also still negotiate, at least if they have a good deal, I would say. So yeah, that's why the market jumped up a little bit. This is what we spoke about this morning. I mean, this is what we wanted to see, right? We wanted to see Bitcoin reclaim this level right here at 108,500. It has been able to do so. However, it's been able to do so on a Sunday with, higher volume than before, but still relatively low volume, and leaving an imbalance. All right. So yes, I am going to be picky and say, this is what we wanted to see technically, but now I do want confirmation. All right. If we need to at least be able to hold this level, let's say for the next 18 hours. All right. So until at least tomorrow, that we have had the Asian session, the European session, so that we had some volume get in, and that buyers and sellers actually had the opportunity to agree or disagree with these prices, right? And that all depends right now. We left a single print right here at 108,400. It depends on holding that level. 108,400, if we're able to hold that, which at this point of time, given the fundamental news, or given the news, and the relative volume we've seen so far, and my bias already, because I told you this morning, I think a bullish breakout is a little bit more likely. I'm going to assume that this is real, all right, and that we will be able to get back into this balance we had here to the upside, but I will not trade on it yet, all right? For that, I will wait for tomorrow. So those are my thoughts on Bitcoin. Now, if we go over the rest of the market, what you'll be able to see, to talk about some majors first. XRP is still at the same level. I still expect the same, right? Not much has changed. I mean, the other videos were about 5 hours ago. So obviously not much has changed. XRP is definitely showing strong momentum. And XRP should definitely be on your watch list. But for now, breaking above 2.3, 2.32, I think is a bridge too far. And I think we'll pull back a little bit first. Not necessarily all of this, but pull back first, and then based on the reaction after the pullback, then we can break out or not. But that is something I will keep you updated about. And then Ethereum is, moving as we expected, right? If you watch my videos of Ethereum the last 2 days, I always said that it's very similar to Bitcoin, and that's exactly the same right now. This is basically what we saw for Bitcoin as well. This morning I said 2,540. We need to break above that. We did. However, we left some imbalances, and now we need to hold that with volume tomorrow for me to say, all right, well, we can actually consolidate up here and potentially move up higher. Even though I'd like to see confirmation for that. I do think that's most likely, but I will not trade it. And when we're talking about other altcoins, look, there's only one category at this point of time that I can talk about, and that's meme coins, right? Meme coins have been pretty strong today, all right, with several showing real momentum. I I think Dogecoin is showing real momentum. That's also, look, meme coins in general are very strong at this point of time, which is, great. I would be a little bit cautious with that because, there is quite a lot of volume going into these meme coins, but meme coin rallies on a Sunday have ended very poorly before, right? So be aware of that, and that is something I will keep you updated on. But Dogecoin is showing quite a lot of volume, quite a lot of momentum. This is the highest buying volume since the bottom, the 22nd of June, and the highest buying volume for a long period before that, which partially has to do with the America party of Elon Musk, and people are hoping that Dogecoin with that is potentially gaining a little bit more recognition and a little bit more hype. Ultimately, like I said, though, I would be careful with this on a Sunday, and we're also still below resistance. All right, so it looks great. We have a lot of momentum, but resistance is resistance. And there's some other ones. Bonk has been incredibly strong, of course. Floki also has a lot of volume. So if these coins, like if I'm taking Floki as an example right here, but if Floki is able to hold its main support level, which is around 7,800, 7,700 over the course of the next 24 hours, and we keep up this volume, do I think this could be the start of some sort of a week-long meme coin rally? Yes, I do think so, to be fair, because the volume is that high that I don't think you can ignore this. Mudeng is also gaining some momentum here. My favorite meme coins would be Dogecoin because of that added narrative with the America party by Elon Musk. It would be Nero. Nero has had some very impressive price action. And it would be Floki probably. Floki, look, Bonk is already too high up. I think Floki is very correlated to Bonk the last 2 days, and it still has a little bit more room to the upside. But those are my thoughts. I think that's what you need to know regarding the markets. So the news, Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, meme coins. Hopefully it helps. Take care in the next 24 hours. It's going to be volatile after such a weekend. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.